some of you may grow up in LA, some of you may grow up in other liberal areas and not have the experiences that I do, but it is a real thing. And I'll leave it with that.
So Jaquan, I actually want to ask you a question, and then we're going to go to Arthur. But so here's my question. So when we want to fix that, right? Like, let's just say as a collective, we recognize that the divisiveness is ultimately hurting us more than it is anything else, because we're getting ushered in our own little silos into a, you know what? I won't put my tinfoil on right now, okay? But most of y'all know what I'm, most of y'all are rocking with me, into a new great reset, I should say. So with that being said, do you think that, like, it was the fact that he used that? How would we be able to even make that shift? I understand what you're saying. Like, you feel like, our people were exploited by, him, either whatever his intentions were, he was still exploiting Black people. So do you think that, like, I guess, so had it been anything else that pushed that, you feel like the reaction would have been different? If he would have tried to bring together some sort of, see, here I am rambling, trying to get my damn point across, telling y'all, but do you see where I'm going? Like, what, how can, if that's his goal, what would be the best way to do it?
To try to bring communities together?
Yeah, if that's what he's saying, that white lives matter, and we need, because he said that he's trying to turn the arrow around. There was something I read in an article that we had pinned up here earlier, but yeah, so the problem is that he used Black Lives Matter, which is exploiting the people, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, what would one be able to do? What would have been less?
Well, to be honest with you, with the state that we're in, and because, like I said, because of everybody's life experiences, I honestly don't believe anything dealing with blank lives matter at that point would have made any switch, because of the fact that Black Lives Matter was created off of something that was actually legit, right? And so every response to that, there were responses to that directly from people who didn't want to allow the message to be heard. And so when you look at white, that is the only reason. If you did, if there were people coming out and not being so negative towards Black Lives Matter, granted, yes, we did have our part of the, misappropriating funds and all of that, but there was a message, and we do have people. The dangerous part is we also have that, I believe, Black intelligent men on this stage that are saying F Black Lives Matter completely, and just getting away from the part of the message of it and just saying it was this bad thing, so the message itself doesn't matter. But white lives don't matter. White Lives Matter is okay to go on a T-shirt. So the whole divide between that is what's going to never allow anything Black Lives Matter to be legitimized at all. So that's the problem with that. But I mean, yeah.
Hey,
so,
Black Lives Matter means less than.
I want to throw something in there real quick, right? Because in regards to the Black Lives Matter thing and the White Lives Matter thing, I feel like I lost my thought.
That happened.
Yeah, bro, I hate when that shit happen like that. But no, it's like, because we've hung ourselves up on this, Black Lives Matter versus White Lives Matter. But at the same time, it's like, fuck. Hey, man, Maze, come back to me, man.
I will. I just want to say this, and we'll go to...
Because Buddy's... What was... Hold on, the person who was just speaking, who was that?
Daquan, I think.
Daquan, the last 10 seconds of what you said, repeat it for me.
Oh, well, I was saying about the problem with anything Lives Matter. It would be difficult for Kanye to come out with anything like that for people, because of the fact that those statements came as a retort to Black Lives Matter, because, you had a movement that was started because, people were obviously seeing, we all were obviously seeing, this is not something that was new. This is going on for years, that, things were happening, people were getting killed, even starting back to Trayvon, all of that, and nobody was being held accountable for it. So
I got my point. Appreciate you. No, so check this out, right? If right now inside of the Black community, right, this guy had a sports bar, Black owned sports bar, wife, family, kids, the whole nine, everybody work up in there, Black owned. Now, a lot of Black people go there, But at the same time, they get a whole lot of white people to go there. One day they open up, they all got on White Lives Matter t-shirts on.
Yeah, it's very racist out here too, man.
Hold
on. You feel me? Now they all got on these White Lives Matter t-shirts on. The thing is, that family, right? The community and everybody around is going to do everything in their power to shut them down, blame them, bash them, Facebook them, Twitter them, World Star, the whole fucking nine, right? Check this out. Kanye did it. People are upset. But let's be real. The majority ain't doing none of that shit. The majority is just talking about it. Just like we having conversation about it now. No problem with that. But that's the majority. Now, take another person who's of high, Oprah Winfrey. Let's take Ice Cube. Let's take LeBron James. Let's take fucking Snoop Dogg. Any of these motherfuckers.
Herschel Walker.
Any one of them, you take them and you put the white, what you get is conversation. What you get is people speculating into conversation and all of that. Then, when you take somebody, regular folk, business owner, whatever, somebody more accessible, oh man, what the black community does? You fucking tear their ass down to the ground. Now, understand, all I'm trying to show you is my argument against cancel culture. The reason my issue with cancel culture is that they're fucking fugazis as fuck is because it's so selective. If it was all the way across the board, okay, but it becomes selective. That's why I feel like this White Lives Matter thing, people are only selectively choosing to be upset, because when I ask you the question of why are you really mad and are you really mad, I don't think I can have some real answers to that.
Oh, I could give you some real answers.
Can I respond to that?
One second. Yeah, so here's the thing. I know you want to respond to that, and I know Callie wants to chime in, and I promised Arthur, so we're just going to stick with that for now, y'all. Y'all can throw your names in a second, but I just want to say this to Marty. I think ultimately there was so much power and energy and rage at what the fuck was happening, because it seemed like before this movement, it was obvious that other lives mattered, but it was not obvious. This was like to me, I feel like he could have found a different way to express it. I feel like I could understand the sting, and I'm not even, I'm not black, but I feel it, and I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to necessarily talk about, but because I'm not trying to, I just wanted to express that overall, I can see that there was a whole point just in that one statement. Black Lives Matter, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? And so whenever, it's like, the white lives have always fucking mattered, obviously. That's always been a thing. No one's ever really fucking had to question that. And so I think I get it, But go ahead, Daquan.
That's Kanye. That's Kanye, and that was Daquan. We're going to Daquan, and that's Kanye right there, showing you the power of him stirring it up. You know what I mean? Because all the way across the board, yes, what you just said, 10,000%. I stand behind that. But what I just love is, come on now, Kanye know that shit too. He knows that. But it's like, look at the ability to just stir it up with the simple fact of throwing on the White Lives Matter t-shirt. Because if we're going to Daquan, if you think him putting that shirt on means that he'll jump in front of, a white life before his black baby or whatever the case, even though he has mixed children, you're fooled. This is Kanye we're talking about here, guys. Remember that. Strategic.
Daquan, Callie, and then I heard somebody said my name, but I didn't hear who it was.
Excuse me.
Ace.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let's go to Daquan and then Callie. We'll go from there. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes.